Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. We'll be talking about 7 ways that Zenlist helps you deliver a better client experience. My name is Jessie Gilbert. I am the account director here on the Zenlist team for EXP. So I've spent lots of time connecting with EXP agents and agents from all over the country, from different brokerages, different markets. So I'm thrilled that you're here with me today. As we're going to give everyone just a minute or two to get settled, why don't you drop in the comments if you're using Zenlist right now, if there's something you're particularly hoping to learn, and we'll have some time towards the end we can use for some Q&A where you chiming in from. I'd love to know where everyone is tuning in from all across the country, and we'll give it just another minute or so. Like I said, so everyone can get settled, grab a drink, grab a snack, get cozy, get a warm blanket if you're in a cold part of the region. And I'm just thrilled that you're here with me today. Great. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Okay. From Louisiana, receiving some updates, not sure how to use it. We'll share with you some good tips and how to get started. Beautiful Georgia. You're from my neck of the woods, Robert. I'm in South Carolina today. So it's good to have you here with us today. I think we're ready to go ahead and get started. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. We'll just dive into these topics that we have ready to go, ready to rumble. Like I said, if there are questions along the way, feel free to drop them wherever you're tuning in from. We'll have some time we can talk about those questions, and I'll follow up with anyone who may need to have some more conversations with me down the road. So 7 ways that Zenlist can help you deliver a better client experience. I want to talk about a little bit of background on what exactly Zenlist is, just in case you're not familiar. Zenlist was co-founded in 2019. Tom McLeod, our CEO, and Jake Thompson, our CTO, were actually 2 homebuyers. And this is a shocking part of Zenlist lore that I love sharing, because a lot of times we hear that it feels like it was built by a brokerage, it was built by a bunch of real estate agents that kind of got together and wanted to build this. But Jake and Tom were actually homebuyers, and they saw 2 really big problems in the home buying and selling process while they were working with their agent. And I think some of these will resonate with you. And those 2 problems are that agent-facing tools that are built specifically for agents, often fail to meet the expectations clients have for modern technology. In the year of 2025, a robust mobile app, listing alerts that work, communication and connection to your agent are more important than ever. And a lot of tools built for agents fail to meet that. They are difficult for clients to navigate. Sometimes they aren't even accessible to clients. There's not an application that your clients can use. So they're relying on you to do a lot of that legwork and that manual communication to your clients. And the second side of this is that client-facing tools sacrifice information that agents need. So your clients are using these public search portals because if your MLS offers a mobile app for your clients, it may not be the technology that they need. And some MLSs don't offer a mobile app for your clients at all. So they're using these public portals that don't have the same level of information that agents need, and they don't honor the relationship that agents and clients have with one another. And so Zenlist came together, kind of asked themselves, why aren't we using the same app? Why are we using all of these different tools from each other? It breaks down the communication. And so Zenlist was born in 2019 with the goal to streamline communication, to simplify the buying and selling process. And the 7 ways we do that are a little bit big picture. I want these to be a little bit of thinker topics for us. I want to think about how these different experiences your clients have can impact the overall satisfaction they have when they're working with you. And just in case you're not familiar, if you're not using Zenlist just yet, EXP Access is powered by Zenlist. So Zenlist is the app, but that partnership for EXP Access between the 2 of us empowers you to elevate that home search experience. And we do that through that shared space, giving agents the tools and the information that they need, giving clients the technology and the experience that they expect through an invitation-only platform. And we'll talk about a little bit what that means in just a few minutes. So the first way I want to talk about enhancing or delivering a better client experience is through transparency. And I hear a lot of pushback and concern, and what I would say is fear around providing your clients with transparency. But giving your buyers the advantage of searching properties they won't find in public search portals, those EXP office exclusives, will empower your clients and enhance the reciprocity that you have between the two of you. And so reciprocity tells us that the more we give to our clients, the more they'll give to us, the more loyal they will be in return. And that reciprocity or that reciprocal relationship is only strengthened when you're giving them that transparency. So the fear that I hear often phrased in a lot of different ways is, well, if I give my clients all of these listings or I give them this freedom and this technology, what will they need me for? And I'm here to kind of ease that heart pain. I'm here to alleviate that stress, because you do so much more than just sending your clients properties for them. There's so much more that you put into each and every transaction than just sending them listings and sending them houses to consider. And so rooting that client experience in a high touch, personalized environment in a high tech mobile first platform, meeting the expectations that your clients have will only strengthen that relationship. The transparency and providing the clients that you're working with all of the tools and benefits that are available to you doesn't invalidate the value that you're bringing to the transaction. It doesn't invalidate your expertise, your experience, and the personal touch and the environment in which your clients are working with you on. You do much more than just sending listings. It's not going to take your clients away from you to give them all of the tools that are available to you. So with that, we'll talk a little bit about search. Empowering your clients to have a better search experience can get them to ditch these other public search portals that they're using. And this was me. We can talk about it. This was me when I purchased my home. But giving your clients the ability to search like an agent with MLS quality filters, professional level filters, not just 5 or 6 filters that, oh, that'll do. That's probably good enough for us. It gives them the ability to hone in specifically on what it is they're looking for, what they're not looking for, and what's most important to them. Things like school zones, accurate school zone searches, so that your clients are buying properties in the areas they want to live in and they want their kids to go to school in. The ability to exclude things like properties that don't allow pets or senior communities, new constructions if that's not what they're interested in. Giving those buyers the information and the filters that they need can help them better follow market trends, can save them a lot of time and headache when it comes to actually searching and filtering for those homes. And just in case I haven't mentioned it enough, through EXP Access, you've also got those off-market properties, those EXP office exclusives. So there are more inventory, more listings for EXP agents on Zenlist than they'll find on those public search portals. All right, this one's controversial, but the premium tools that you provide to your clients plays a big role in the experience that they have. This was my experience. I mentioned it just a few minutes ago, but when I purchased my home, I was working with my agent, Phil. He's a great guy. He promptly set me up on an MLS search. I couldn't get into that portal, so I ignored all of those emails and I went straight to a public search site. My husband and I were both sending him listings, screenshots, emails. There were phone calls. It was really hard to keep the three of us connected to one another so we all knew what was going on. And the tools that are inside of Zenlist can help you to really streamline that communication. Clients don't prefer the public search portals. It's simply the best that they have available to them right now. And you can be that game changer, that person that sets them apart, because you can give them the advantage of having better search, faster listing alerts, a mobile app that's built to be used on a phone. I don't know about you, but I don't really carry my laptop around. I carry my phone around. And so being able to do all of this on the go from the car while I'm waiting for my table at the restaurant, whatever that looks like, is more important than ever. And so providing those premium tools that enhance the experience, that make it simple for your clients to do and find the information they're looking for, makes it really simple. Another one of these premium tools that I think is commonly overlooked is the experience that your clients have when they're searching with another person. So for me, in my example, it was my husband, Andrew, myself, and then my agent, Phil. And there wasn't a platform that the three of us could see all of the search results together. There wasn't a platform, aside from an email thread or a text chain, that we could use to communicate with one another. We were constantly duplicating our communication across all of the different people involved. There were emails and voicemails and screenshots, like I mentioned. It was just, it was a mess. Our communication was a mess, and it wasn't Phil's fault. He's a great agent. It was the lack of tools that we had at our disclosure to streamline that, to simplify that process for us. So having the ability to work with your co-buyers, that's what Zenlist calls them, is a co-buyer, where you can invite myself and Andrew, and the three of us are all seeing the same search results. We're seeing the same messages and the same tours and the same showings. Just, you can let go of your shoulders. You can drop your shoulders, unclench your jaw, because it's no longer a stress point in that transaction. It can free up a lot of time and resources for you to simply have all of the people involved in that transaction connected together at one time. So with that comes a connection with your agents and your clients. I talked about this earlier a little bit, but a lot of public search portals don't prioritize the relationship that agents and clients have with one another. When I began working with Phil, I said, Phil's my guy. He's my agent. I'm working with Phil. And even though I went to those public search portals, and at the time I didn't know I was being sold as a lead, I now know better. I didn't know that at the time. And I stayed loyal to Phil. We stuck with him throughout the transaction, but that's not always the case. And so through Zenlist, clients can only work with one agent at a time. We'll never sell their information as a lead. We'll never collect their data and use that information against them. All of the information inside of Zenlist is simply there so that you can work smart, so that you have what you need and your clients have what they need. That's just not the business model that we're in. And so having that exclusive connection can be a game changer. Your clients don't see the listing agent's name. They go through you if they want to see that property. They go through you if they need more information, because you're their agent. You're the person they're working with on Zenlist, and they stay that way until you tell us that they're not. So having that exclusive connection is, I think, invaluable. Would have really changed how happy I was with my home purchase when I was going through it. This was before I started working for Zenlist. So again, I didn't know any better, but I think this is a common story that we hear, is that we'll lose a lead or we'll lose a client to another agent through the public search portals. They'll contact the listing agent. They meet the listing agent at an open house, whatever that process looks like. And Zenlist can help keep you at the center of everything that client's doing so that you can give them that transparency. You can give them that freedom to search without worrying about it, right? So with this comes working smarter, not harder. This is one of those corny phrases that I love, like teamwork makes the dream work smarter, not harder. And Zenlist can help you to do that. I hear this constantly, almost every day, how much time Zenlist can help agents save in a work week. So we ran a poll, and on average, agents using Zenlist save about 10 hours a week. And I just want to think what we could do with an extra 10 hours in our week. I know what I would do. I would probably clean my house a little bit more. I'd stay on top of the laundry a little bit better. But in my work week, I wouldn't be spending so much time sending listings. I wouldn't be spending so much time following up on emails. It would be time that I could pour back into my clients, touring homes with them, answering their questions, pulling reports for them, helping to write offers, helping to empower and educate my clients on what's happening in the market that they're searching or what's happening in their neighborhood, help them make educated decisions, and spend that time directly with them, building the relationship and the reciprocity that we have, rather than sending emails, sending listings, texting links, responding to screenshots. So I want to think about what could you do with an extra 10 hours in your work week? How would you spend that time, and how would that impact the client experience that you're delivering to your clients right now if we could add an extra work day into your week? Minimalizing techs or tech minimalism was kind of trending, I think, at the end of last year. It's cute. I think tech minimalism is a cute concept, but I think it's really applicable in what we've been talking about thus far. And so another thing I want to think about, and maybe you can drop this in the comments, you can let us know how many different apps and websites you used last year to work with your clients. Okay. How many different websites did you use to send a listing to a client? How many different platforms did you use to communicate with your clients back and forth? How did you communicate with your clients about showings and tours that you had coming up? Robert said five different platforms. Robert, I'm willing to bet you're a member of more than one MLS, and that could be a contributing factor. So in my notes, I wrote, you're lucky if the answer is two. If the answer is two websites, you're pretty lucky. And those websites or apps would be your local MLS and a public search site that your clients are using. But if you're a member of more than one MLS, like my friend Robert here, that's 2 or 3 different MLSs that you have to set your clients up in, plus the public search portal, plus maybe a communication app. Maybe you're using WhatsApp or another, communication platform to work with your clients. That's so much clutter in your phone. That's so many different apps, so many different passwords to remember. I don't know how we do it these days, but minimalizing the tech can be a really big game changer, not only for you, but for your clients. If they're not remembering how to get into the MLS portal and then also how to get into this public search site, and then what was that property where we're going to go see this weekend? I can't find it in my phone. Let me just text my agent and ask him for the address one more time. That takes a simple chat message and turns it into an hour or two long task that we're doing. And so if we had all of those listings under one roof, if we had all of that communication under one roof, we could share our showings, we could share our searches and our properties and our activity, our behavior alerts for what clients are doing. We could follow up with what our clients are liking and what they're asking for all in one place. It would take a lot of that headache away. It would take a lot of the brain power that we're putting into where did I send this to my client Susie? It was this property, but I don't remember the street. Maybe I can find it in here. It would take a lot of that mental energy out of it. So going back into saving time, going back into working smarter, going back into that communication and that streamlined collaboration with your clients, minimizing the number of accounts that you and your clients are using can be a really nice game changer. So for my friend Robert here, if you're a member of more than one MLS, you can connect them all in your Zenlist account. You can have, California is a prime example of this. There are like 7 or 8 MLSs for San Francisco Bay Area. All of those are housed in one search to capture all 8 or 9 of those different MLSs. You're never going to miss a listing because it's all under one roof, under one search, one set of criteria, right? Perfect. So the very last thing I want to talk about is the impression that you leave with your clients. We haven't focused a whole lot on specific features and specific how-tos, how to set a client up. We have a load of resources that I'll share with you on how to do that. But I want to share this story from Seth. He's actually a home buyer that was using Zenlist. And he said, I only found my house because of Zenlist. I decided to play around above my maximum budget that I gave to my agent and found a private listing with everything I wanted. We're currently under contract and closing in a few weeks. Without Zenlist, I never would have found it. I would have been reliant on my agent to share private listings, and they wouldn't have shared this property because of the budget, but here we are. And I want to rephrase that a little bit. Without my agent who put me on Zenlist, I never would have found the property that we're closing on. Because we didn't do anything magical. This isn't Zenlist that's getting the credit. It's the agent who empowered that client with better technology, better tools that made all of the difference, right? So what could that impression look like for you? How do your clients feel when they're working with you, when they're communicating with you? Is it a headache? Is it difficult because they have to get you on the phone, but you're not always available at the drop of a dime? So then we're playing phone tag, and he called my husband instead of me back, and I'm the one that had the question. My husband had no idea what the question was, and all of that. So what does it feel like for your clients to work with you? And how could better tools, better information play a role in that? How could more time play a role into the impression that you're leaving on your clients? How will they speak about working with you when their friends and family ask? How will they look back on it in 5 years like me and say, "Oh, I was working with my agent Phil. Here are the downsides, but it wasn't his fault." So I want to think about that, the different impact that things can make on the experience your clients have, how it feels to be working with you. Because I think sometimes we can get a little short-sighted and, well, I have this in my MLS, I don't really need it. But your clients don't have an MLS. Or my clients are using this other search platform. But what if they want something more? What if they're just settling for that public search platform and they're actually really hungry for something more powerful, more robust? Okay. So here is my resources. I've got some training and support. That first QR code will take you to loads of training webinars where I will walk you through step by step everything we've talked about, step by step, button by button, everything we've discussed, how to use all of the tools in Zenlist. If you haven't already, the second QR code will take you to zenlist.com. You can sign up. It is a free account that EXP provides to all of their agents. So there's no credit card, not a trial period, nothing like that. It's just a benefit that you have for being a part of EXP. And it's a really powerful benefit. So don't sit on it. Take advantage of everything that they're offering to you. And if there are any questions, we've got some time. So I'm happy to take any questions. If there was an aha moment, I'd love to hear that. If there's anything that made you kind of sit back and think, wow, yeah, maybe she's onto something or anything like that, feel free to share it. We'll hang out for a few minutes just to make sure that we're all good. And if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. I can be in touch. We can set up some one-on-one time if that's what we need. But all in, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate all of your time. Thank you to everyone who was sharing with me in the comments. It's really great to hear a lot of those stories. And Maria, I am sorry to make your dog bark too. It's the perks of working from home. So thank you again to everyone for your time. I really appreciate all of you. And yeah, have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you so much.